Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Isolation Libations with me, Joey Joyce. This is episode number 7. A reminder, we do this in conjunction with Brian Chartrand's live happy hour every night, 5 o'clock Pacific time on Facebook. So facebook.com, Brian Chartrand, all one word. You can find the link for that in the notes for this episode. A quick disclaimer. I apologize for the wind noise. It's very windy out today, and I have no fancy gear. I'm just recording off of my phone. I believe there's some gunshots in the background too. Welcome to Central Oregon, everyone. Just target practice, I hope. But yeah, so today, one of the songs that Brian is going to be playing, I hope, Brian, is So the Story Goes. Now, the reason I am doing the drink I am with that song is I was in Buenos Aires in Argentina last month, and kind of my ritual every night was I would go out to dinner, have an amazing Argentinian slab of beef. Sorry, my vegetarian friends. It was amazing. Have a nice glass of Malbec with that. And then to end the meal, always an espresso, and for me, a shot of Fernet Branca. After that, throw on my headphones, make about the 2-mile walk home, and listen to some music on the quiet late night / early morning streets of Buenos Aires. And one of the songs that inevitably I'd always listen to was So the Story Goes by Brian. And I'd be walking through the streets, kind of have that lingering taste of Fernet still on my palate, that song playing, and it just kind of goes together for me. So that's why choosing to do this very typical drink that is from Argentina, Fernet con Coca, Fernet with Coca-Cola. Let's talk about Fernet Branca. If you're not familiar with Fernet Branca, it is a polarizing liqueur. It's an Amaro, so a bitter Italian liqueur. Amaro just means bitter. You either love it or you're not sure about it. I won't say you hate it, because I think you just haven't learned to love it yet, because everyone should love it. It's really good. It's still from Italy, from Milan. It's founded in 1845. And it's a digestif, right? So it's like an herbal liqueur. It's gonna settle your stomach after a big meal, cure any ailments you may have. But they typically would drink it more as like a little shot, or actually in the espresso, sometimes with soda water. How it got to Argentina, I believe it was the late 1800s. There's a large wave of Italian immigration going to Argentina. This kind of tagged along. And then actually in 1941, I believe, they opened up a separate distillery to make Fernet in Argentina. Now, this is the Italian Fernet Branca, so it's a brandy base, so a grape spirit base. The Fernet that they make in Argentina, from what I understand, is a sugarcane base. So, so it's a little bit different. If you try them side by side, to my palate, I thought the Argentinian one had a little bit more of a sweetness in there. It's still absolutely bitter, but there was a slight difference. I wish I had a bottle of the Argentinian Fernet too, but as some of you know, I had to kind of get out of Argentina quick. There's this whole virus thing going on and had to hurry up and get home. Anyway, enough about that. So they start their distillery in 1941 in Buenos Aires, and people would drink it, I think still similar in the same way, probably just as a shot, as a digestif. And then I believe it was in the 1980s, maybe late 70s, in Cordoba, another city or region in Argentina, they started mixing it with Coca-Cola. And that became a very popular way to drink it. But then I think it wasn't until maybe the 1990s, finally, either whether it was Coca-Cola or Fernet or both, they started marketing that drink, that combo of Fernet and Coke, and it became a very large phenomenon. And I would say every restaurant, every bar I went to in Argentina always had Fernet, always had Coke. They always had that combo on the menu. The grocery stores I'd go into, a huge wall of Fernet Branca. There are other brands as well, but the Branca brand is everyone's favorite, I would say. Definitely the most popular, and to my way of thinking, the best one. So yeah, it's kind of a ubiquitous drink. It's all over there. Really simple. It's basically a highball, yeah. And but real simple, real delicious. So something you can make all the time if you're kind of getting used to Fernet. This is a nice balance. We got this sweet and bitter balance. The reason I use or recommend the Mexican Coca-Cola is that this still uses cane sugar as opposed to the high fructose corn syrup in American Coca-Cola, or probably everywhere else too. So without further ado, let's build this drink. Once again, I am breaking health code violations and using my fingers in the ice. But as I've said for all of these, I'm the only one drinking it, so I don't mind. All right, for the Fernet, there's a few different ways. This is one of those drinks that you can make it to how you like it. You know, you want it real strong, cool, knock yourself out. For this purpose, I'm going to do 2 ounces of Fernet, and then the rest with the Coke. Now this is one you can just build right in the glass. You don't have to shake it, stir it, just building it right in there. So that's 2 ounces there. And then you just top it off with the Coke. You do want to give it like a little stir, nice little lifting stir, or just let it calm and overflow. Stay in there, stay, oh, a little bit. So this is pretty much mixed pretty well by itself, so I don't really need to do too much. I will just give just like that little lift to kind of mix it up in there. And as simple as that, there's your Fernet con Coca. Mind the drips. All right, like I said, we have one more drink. I'm gonna do 2 drinks tonight. Now this is one that was first served to me by my friend Justin Park, who used to work at the Manifest in Chinatown, Honolulu, Hawaii. Now he has Bar Leather Apron, one of the best bars in the world. He gave me this at Manifest. I was told to me it was a bartender's handshake. A lot of people just say Fernet. A shot of Fernet is a bartender's handshake. But that's what I remember this being told to me what it was. And then come to find out, I believe it was Chandra and Dave Newman, who created this drink. Well, we'll see. Like all drinks, its creation, its origin story is always muddled. So we just did 1 ounce of Fernet Branca and go 1 ounce of Campari. So bitter on bitter. Some of you might think, oh, this is gonna be harsh or rough, but we balance it with about 1 ounce of the Coca-Cola too, and it really comes out quite nice. Oh, look at that. You can tell this is one take. We're leaving the splashes and airs in. All right, and shake. Now, you can strain this out into your shot glass, top it with a Coke. I always like to add my mixer, like soda water or tonic, into the tin and then pour it into the glass. It kind of mixes it up naturally without having to give it a stir. It helps incorporate all the ingredients. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is a shot. You can make it as a cocktail. You don't have to down it all at once, but I'm going to. So cheers everyone, happy Tuesday. Enjoy the music tonight, and we'll see you tomorrow. Salud. As good as always.